If you're interested in becoming a member on the channel today, click the join button. We got loads of perks here for you to choose from. The first tier is only £2. If you want to take it to the next level and help support the channel even more, then click this join button and join the Addiction family, man. Yo, welcome back to another Division 2 video. As you can tell, man, by the title, we are dropping a build video today. But first, I gotta get some gameplay. So as you can see, we're in conflict. If you guys want to skip to the build, you can. You can see where the pinpoint is. Just go there and watch the build straight away. But if you're new to the channel, oh, I need to kill this guy. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification and smash that like. Let's get 100 likes on this build video so we can keep the content flowing. Excuse me, can you guys please come and revive me? Thank you very much. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Did I get that kill? I didn't. There we go. Oh, there's a player right on me. That was close. That was a close call. Oh. Oh. Unbreakable comes in clutch, man. Jesus. Oh, we both killed each other. His Joe got me as well. Going out solo down here, boy. Whole team is all the way back there. Damn. I'm dead. Yeah. Jesus, man. What could I do? 2 players on me, behind me, in front of me. Yeah, guys, that's just a small segment of the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's dive straight into this build because I know you guys are waiting. I hope you guys enjoyed that gameplay. I know it was a little bit short, but I just really wanted to show you this build very quickly. Guys, I really love this build. It's very nice in PvP right now, especially if you're in a group. I wouldn't say this is a complete solo build at all. It's just that you can do a lot of damage from far and you can help your teammates out as well. So before I get into that, I just want to say thank you for all the support on the channel, all the new subscribers that's come through. I really do appreciate you. We are very close to 10k subscribers, so let's just keep pushing and smash that like button. 100 plus likes, like I always say, so we can keep the content going. Enough of that. 1.3 million armor on this build. We are actually running the exotic mask. We've got 1 Badger Tough piece. We have 1 Seskar, Overlord, an LMG piece, and Providence. So let's get into my weapons and why I'm using them. For my primary, I'm actually using the MG5. Why am I using this weapon? Guys, we've always been using, you know, assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns. That was the main 3 bunch of things that's, you know, I would say that goes into the meta. We never really focus on LMGs. Some of us do, but most of the game, you know, all these main players always go to, you know, SMGs and all of that sort of stuff. So today, I just wanted to showcase something a little bit different. We actually have 82k damage on this gun, max rolls on all the attributes, so it's a god roll MG5. However, I would prefer a different talent here. I would prefer Frenzy. And if you guys didn't know what Frenzy is, I think I have an LMG here that has Frenzy on it, which is right here. For every 10 bullets in the magazine, capacity gain plus 3% rate of fire and plus 3% weapon damage for 5 seconds when reloading from empty. So I would prefer that talent on my MG5 instead of measured, and you can get a named LMG that comes with perfect Frenzy, so I will be getting that very soon, and that's what I'll be using instead of this. However, what does measured do? The top half of the magazine has a 20% rate of fire and minus 30% weapon damage. The bottom half of the magazine has minus 20% rate of fire and plus 30% total weapon damage. So all of that comes into consideration. If you do want to, you know, get to the end of your gun and your bullets, you're actually going to get more damage out of your gun. If you keep reloading, then you're only going to get the top half. So that's very important, guys. I like to use the hole on my mag so I'm getting these two attributes active, because I do want more damage, and you know, even though I'm having lower rate of fire, at least I'm getting more damage put into the player, and as long as I'm hitting my shots, that's what's important. So this LMG5, this is the main gun I'm using for this build, and I really wanted to go towards something different. For the second gun, I'm using a shotgun, just because I'm using a Badger Tough piece, and I really wanted to utilize that piece. So we have this custom M870 right here. Those on here are not too bad. 10% damage to targets out of cover, which is nice there, which is going to synergize with something on this build. Optimist, weapon damage is increased by plus 3% for every 10% ammo missing from the magazine. So literally, this gun right here can be used in many builds, and I have dropped a shotgun build before, but this is not focused on shotguns at all. So yeah, that's my weapons, that's the talents, and why I am using them. So for my exotic mask, what does this do? Some of you might not know. So we have a talent here called Pack Instincts. You and all allies gain a bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit. 0 to 15 meters, which gives us 25% extra critical hit damage. 15 to 25 meters, which is an extra 10% critical hit damage and 10% critical hit chance. 25 meters, which actually gives us 25% critical hit chance. So depending on where you hit the last enemy within that range, this is what you're gonna get, and it also applies to you and your allies, which is actually very nice. That's why I said this build is good in a group, because of this mask and because of what we are running. It kind of helps us all as a team. So the attributes on here, we are going towards crit chance and crit damage. We actually have a mod slot of crit damage as well, and the mask comes with max weapon damage. So if you guys didn't know that, this is very nice for your builds. For my chest piece, like I said, I'm actually running a Badger Tough, which gives us that 10% shotgun damage. But this chest piece is actually named. It comes with a talent called Perfectly Unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, it repairs 100% of your armor, and the cooldown is 55 seconds. However, in PvP, it is actually 55%, not 100%. So we actually gain just a little bit over half of our health on the armor bar. So that's pretty nice, and it does come in clutch when you are having them, them intense gunfights. We actually are going towards crit chance, crit damage again here. This is the main template of the build: crits and survivability. Mod slot of crit damage, and we have armor on top. For the holster, we have a Seska piece. What does it actually give us? For one piece, 10% critical hit chance. That's going to be very good for this build. Like I said, we want crits, so that's what this piece is for. Nearly max weapon damage on top, crit damage, crit chance on the bottom. For the knee pad, we are using this Overlord piece. It is actually a named piece, which gives you 8% damage to targets out of cover, which is going to go towards my shotgun because we have 10% damage to targets out of cover. So that's an additional 18% damage to targets out of cover just from them two things. Armor on top, and we actually have crit damage on the bottom of 11.1%. For our glove, this is actually going to go towards our LMG, because that's 10% LMG damage, and that's the main gun that I'm using. So this glove is actually carrying this build a lot, because without that 10% LMG damage, I wouldn't be hitting as hard as I'm hitting right now. Armor on top, and it comes with an additional named attribute, which is 8% damage to armor. These are the contractor's gloves. What's this going to help with? I actually have damage to armor on my LMG as well, so that's giving me an extra buff. It's going to help a lot. So yeah, man, we have crit damage on the bottom as well. For the backpack, I have one Providence piece. What does one give us? 15% headshot damage. I'm not really focusing on that. Unless you're on PC, you like to aim at the head, you can hit all them shots. This is going to help you, but we have weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, mod slot of crit damage as well. And for the talent, we actually have vigilance. What does this do? Increases total weapon damage by 25%. Taking the damage disables the buff for 4 seconds. So I actually like this talent with this build because I can actually sit back with the LMG and don't have to be close up. I'm actually kind of quite distant most of the time, so this is actually going to help me a lot because I'm getting damage for just being far away, not getting hit. I'm kind of in between cars, they're not hitting all their shots. If they do hit me, and only disables the buff for 4 seconds, vigilance is still going to be up most of the time, and I'm going to be getting an extra 25% weapon damage just because of that. Vigilance also works with perfectly unbreakable, because when my unbreakable procs and they get rid of all my armor, if I run behind a car, pop a kit, vigilance is going to be procced again. I can shoot back from far, vigilance is going to be there just after my unbreakable proc. So it's like they working together. I'm giving myself survivability and I'm also giving myself damage. So if that makes sense to you, then you know these two talents might be for you if you want to use these in your builds. However, for me, man, I just had to go towards this sort of template because the LMGs we are not using as much as, you know, the shotguns, the SMGs and the ARs. For the specialization, I am using a firewall because of the medkit. It gives us that extra 200% healing over some duration. It gives 10 seconds, it actually gives us that 200% extra healing. So when I put my medkit after unbreakable has been procced, this is going to help me out a lot. I also have an additional 15% extra LMG damage on the tree for the firewall, so make sure you guys unlock that and put it towards the main gun you actually want to use to utilize that damage. For the skills, I am using a defender drone and a decoy. Why am I using the defender drone? This is actually going to come in clutch after your unbreakable's proc. So once my unbreakable is gone, I will put the defender drone up, and now they have to get through my defender drone just after they got through my unbreakable. It's kind of toxic, but this is going to help you a lot. I really think that we should start utilizing different skills in the game instead of going towards the same thing. So I don't really see a lot of people using the defender drone. I don't know about you, maybe you've come across loads of people using this skill, but for me I just don't really see it a lot. So I thought, let me just change this up a little bit and use this drone, and it actually came in clutch, man. It actually helped me a lot. For our second skill, the decoy, I just like to pop this down. I know it's not long, the cooldown is 22 seconds, the duration is 19 seconds, but when you're in them fights from far, you can throw your decoy across the street, and then you can be on the other side of the street. He's going to think you're there, your name bar doesn't show up, your health bar doesn't show up, he doesn't know what health you're on. It's just actually going to help you a lot when you're in them gunfights, because they don't know if they're getting you down fast enough, which is actually very good. So decoy does come in clutch as well. So that's the attributes, that's the talents, that's the stats. That's why I went towards the guns and the skills. Right, let's get into the stats. So as you can see, this is the LMG. I'm sitting at 56% crit chance. Like I always say, at least above 50% is always going to do me fine. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm at 50% crit chance, it's just hitting hard enough for me, man. So 56 is like a bonus, and max is even better. If you can max yours out, man, max it out. For the crit damage, we're sitting at 146%. Remember guys, with the exotic mask, what is it giving us for just shooting from 0 to 15 meters? An extra 25% critical hit damage. So that means we are sitting at 170% crit damage on this build, guys, which is actually going to help us a lot. Man, I don't know about you guys, but when I do my builds, I really do like to go towards, you know, crits and all that sort of stuff. So having an extra 171% crit damage on an LMG build with perfectly unbreakable, man, I'm not complaining. And nearly max crit chance, this is going to help us a lot. Armor damage, we are actually sitting at 14%. This is going to help a lot, like I said. But guys, go towards whatever you feel is best. It's just for me, I really do like to, you know, have a lot of damage, have survivability, and I like to stay in between them two things. So as you can see, I have 3 blues and 3 reds. I've halved it. I don't want to go above anything more than that. But guys, if you enjoyed this build video and you want more builds on the way, PvP, PvE content, I got a new series coming once I hit 10k. So guys, please smash that 10k, man. Let's get it. And I'm telling you now, you're going to enjoy that new series. If you're new to the channel, like I always say, smash that subscribe button and the bell notification. It's going to help me a lot. And let's hit 100 likes on this video so we can keep pushing. Thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate it. It's been Division Addiction, and my character is going to go to bed now because she hasn't had sleep all night, and she's been thinking about this build in her sleep, and she's been really stressing about it, and now she's gonna go. Okay, peace.